Were very much hoping that two things will start to come to our aid. Number one, the mass testing, the kind I just described, the rapid turnaround testing, and then the other thing is now the prospect, the realistic prospect of a vaccine. So you have a kind of, as it were, two boxing gloves to pummel the disease in the weeks and months that follow. But I've got to stress that we're not out of the woods yet. It does still require everybody to follow the guidance, do the right thing to suppress the disease in the way that we all understand. I've got no inhibitions about getting a vaccine, but I totally encourage everybody who is eligible for a vaccine, the people who are most vulnerable. Of course, you should, or everybody should get a vaccine, but that will be decided. The priority list will be decided by the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation, and they'll look at the groups that really need it first, and there will typically be the elderly, the vulnerable people in care homes, and so on, in the NHS and in other important settings. So that's how we'll do it. But certainly I would say to everybody, anti-vax is total nonsense. You should definitely get a vaccine.
Can I turn away?
It's no secret. I've had a good relationship with the previous White House, as you'd expect a British Prime Minister to do. I had a great conversation yesterday evening with Joe Biden. Congratulated him and Kamala Harris on their success, and it was an excellent conversation that flowed over all the things that have really traditionally united the UK and the US. So it was a kind of return to the kind of business that we're used to doing together, sticking up for democracy around the world, human rights, free trade, NATO, our joint security, the transatlantic alliance. Joe Biden's a very, very strong believer in the transatlantic alliance and indeed in the special relationship. And above all, climate change. I mean, that was really interesting. He wants to join us next year in leading the world in getting global greenhouse emissions down at the COP26 summit in Glasgow. I have not, but it's not for me to comment on US politics. This is a matter for them, for the American electorate.
Just briefly.
I hope so, and of course, is that Simon Coveney? I mean, he's of course there's a deal there to be done, and we're keen to do it, but it depends on our friends and partners understanding where we need to get to. But either way, we're going to be ready for whatever the outcome is. This country's full of plans and full of resilience, and we'll have a good way forward.